entrance hall, I only have my witch broom, my witch hat, which belongs to my second Halloween workshop in the witch's garden with a paper rose. The broom I had made it last year, you probably saw it in my first Halloween tour, and it was just simply made with branches and things I found at the park and just beautiful colors, which works really well together, and a big branch I found too. Yes, and I have also this little bag which was made by a friend who is a fabric textile artist, and she has an Etsy shop. I'm not sure she's adding a lot of things these days, so I will add her website or something, her references, if she still does that, just so that you know where it comes from. I just love the colors, and I like to have this mix of paper decor and things coming from nature. I think it looks pretty nice. Chandelier in English, but we say lustre in French. I just added some black candles. Of course, I'm not going to light them, as you can imagine, they're just for decor. And as I didn't have my moth and butterflies this year, I decided to have, so the white paper flower is a flower we are doing in the second workshop, and all the other berries, blackberries, elderberries, vine, they all come from the park. I grabbed them yesterday, so I know they are going to dry, and I will see how they evolve. The elderberries dry really nicely. I have others, this one are not elderberries, but the other berries, so far they dried pretty nicely. I refreshed my decor since I started at the beginning of September, and I think it looks really nice. I really like that. That's what I did for my chandelier. Since I don't have my moth and butterflies this year, I did something else, and I really like it. And I really like to make it falling so that it's reflecting on the mirror. Under the chandelier, I have this little table. I reorganized a bit the living room because I really like to have sort of place where I can have my guests and friends and neighbors when they stop by in maybe a more friendly way than in a table, because tea times are the thing I do the most, more than dinners when I have guests. So I wanted to have a smaller table with my more comfortable chairs. And here you have the pumpkin from my workshop. This one, you already know it. You can put a light inside. I decided not to have that this year because I just want to have only candles, not any fake lights, if you will. I just prefer this beautiful orange color. This is for your candles also, just to remove the lights. An insect, because I didn't have my moth and butterflies this year, so I still wanted to have some of them around. So a notebook, which is a religious book. I'm not going to read it. But it's a notebook I had for a long time, and some nice crunchy things. My Journal de l'Empire, some old papers from the Empire, some which are super helpful for me that I'm going to use in my Paper and Travel series. So I don't talk to you about that, but they are really precious. And as I'm in a sort of 18th century theme, it's the Empire, so it's just a few years after, but I thought it would work too for this theme, and I'm super pleased with those. So that you are going to see part 2 very soon. But I wanted to have them in my Halloween decor because we are sort of revisiting a bit some ghosts from the past. So I just wanted to have that on my table with my more Halloween themes. This desk here, you remember maybe, I had my old computer on it, which I pretty much don't use anymore, and I will still need to clean it. I removed it though because I really wanted to use this piece of furniture a bit differently, more like a bookshelf for now, because I'm saving money right now for really nice bookshelves that I will buy in a little while, hopefully, just to gather my books better, all that. But for now I need to find places where I can store them a bit better, and also where I could do maybe some seasonal decor also, which will be more pleasant to the eye. And I didn't want to have any sort of technological thing in my living room at all. I didn't want to have any screens, any sort of thing like that. So here I just organized my books. I found here a page on this book, which is a book of a biography of many ladies in the 16th, 17th and a bit of 18th century. And this lady here, I just opened the book on this page, it's called La Brinvilliers, and it was a nasty lady from the 17th century, really, really nasty. She killed a lot of people using poisonous food, and she's a bit like the witch in Snow White, so I absolutely wanted to have her. She's a real witch, and she ended up beheaded, of course, because when you do all that, there's just a moment you will have to pay. So, but it's a very, very dark story and biography, so I wanted to have La Brinvilliers open here, because most of the ladies in this book are really nice ladies, but this one, she's really a nasty one. And I'm going to do a few other things inspired by her in my Halloween videos coming. So, and this book, The Lost Spells, had been offered to me last year by a friend, and it's a beautiful book. I think it's quite known in England and maybe in the US also. You see, you have some wings here, and it's just a beautiful poetry book. I think they did a first one which had been extremely successful. It seems The Lost Words, which I never heard of before at all, but it's just really beautiful, and a lot of poetry, beautiful drawings and paintings. And with the title, I thought it would be perfect to have him a little more in display also in my decor, also to remind me to open it a little more often. And I also put this book a little more, I read it many years ago, but it's just a cool book about doomed queens, the fate of a lot of famous queens and princesses in history, from Cleopatra to Princess Di. And it's a quite cool book with also nice drawings and nice things. So as I was a bit in my historical dark theme for Halloween this year, I just thought I could have him a little more in display. But it was a read from a long time ago, but just a nice book. On my table here, which was before at the middle of the room, and now I put it there, so I will organize all my dinners, now my Halloween dinners and festive dinners on this table here, organized here. And I thought it was better for the room to be like that. The fabric is also a fabric I've ordered especially. I'm going to turn it into a curtain. I wanted you to buy it to try to see how it would be, the quality, all that. I will give you the website in case you're interested, just under this video. I'm not affiliate or anything, but I know some people will ask me, so you will just find it. It's a French website, a fabric website. They are located, I think, in the south of France, but they have a good collection of very classic fabric. Here you have, of course, one of my 2 weeks. I have a lot of decors coming in too. So I have 2 weeks, 2 crows, I have several pumpkins, all that, simply because I need to have some example when I do my workshops. So I need to have 2, and I like to do some variations. So you see, you can remove it, and this I adapted one candelabra I had. It can still be used. I didn't glue anything so that I couldn't use it, so I will be able to reuse it if I want to. And I can put my nice wig on it, and I added an insect because I still wanted to have a little scary thing. And as I have some 18th century gentlemen on my wall, I thought it would look nice to have also an 18th century wig, which I wanted to do for a long time. So I just thought the workshops are great because they allow me to do things I wanted for my decor for a long time, because I love this period of history. So. This is my writing desk. So I have my feathers, a white and a black one, and the white is a real one that you can really write with. I have some paper, my ink, and my crow, of course, the big crow we did this year in the workshop this year. And I also changed my candelabra, as you can see. I decided that it would be more cool to have him, to give him the possibility to get removed, so we can remove him from his stand. and he can come with me wherever I want him to go. So it's pretty big one. I did a smaller one for my example, which is still above my mantle clock. This one is, I just thought it would be nice to have him there and to give him the possibility to follow me, or to add him maybe at some point to another part of my decor. So all this is part from my new workshop. So I just show them to the ladies who join and the gentlemen who join how to do that if they also want to adapt one of their candelabra for their crow and to have something pretty spectacular and nice for Halloween. And of course, my mirror mantle, I showed it already in the first video of my Halloween series, so you can watch it in details if you want to. I just added a few things, as I said in the video, of course. I went to the park yesterday and I just grabbed more things as I started to do my decor at the beginning of September, and now that we are properly in autumn, there are just slightly more colors available. It's still pretty early, of course, to find a lot of red. I still managed to find few of those, so it's mainly my paper roses, paper pumpkins, the crow, the flowers. All this is from my workshops, and all the plants, they are from the park. I also found some blackberries, and I think they look so pretty. It's not maybe the thing you would think of for maybe for Halloween, but I think it looks really, really nice. As I'm really pleased, it gives a sort of color, and it's still the fruit you have at this season, so it's totally fall, end of summer, beginning of fall that you find them, so they have their place in a Halloween decor, I think. And I'm really pleased with my elderberries. They are dry, some are dried, some are fresh. They just add a really nice witch touch to the decor. And I had to add more vines, so just the same, it's still a bit fresh right now, it's going to dry, I'm fine with that, but I really like just adding a bit of colors to the decor. It just gives a nice, it's supposed to dry and we are supposed to have something a little dried and haunted, so it's totally fine. But yes, I'm really pleased to have managed to find those, because it's still very green right now, so it wasn't so easy to find those colors. And my boots, my witch boots, which are very old shoes, I found at my brocanteur last year, I think, or 2 years ago. I showed them also in my first video, but I just added even more green things here, so it's just my paper flowers and some green, sort of green things I found in the woods and at the park. A witch would like to be comfortable in her living room and having a book, probably a magical drink here. And we don't really have a lot of pumpkins in France. It's not the thing in fall. Yes, you have few of them which are extremely expensive in a supermarket, but it's not really the thing to eat a lot of pumpkins at this time. You have pumpkin soup mainly. But fall is really the season for grapes and plums and all these fruits. You have all of sort of grapes at the moment in the shops. Apples and grapes are really the thing, and of course all the vegetables. But those for me are really fall with mushrooms and nuts and all that. Not really pumpkins. So, and I just thought it's beautiful. The colors are really nice. It's delicious, of course. And I like to imagine the witch enjoying a nice reading. It's an historical book, this one, which I'm reading actually, but I thought it was purple, so it was perfect for my decor also. So I hope my Halloween tour inspired you maybe to add a bit of paper and nature atmosphere into your decors. You see, you can do something really nice, I think, with almost no expenses, so it's just gathering things you have around you, things coming from nature, and if you want some paper decors. I really like to have now my paper decors mixed with all that. I think it works really well, and with beautiful orange candles it creates this mysterious magical touch. So I'm really pleased with my decor this year. So just in case you're interested, just know that my Halloween workshops are all open and available right now. They are only open during the Halloween season, but once enrolled you have access forever. So they will all close at the end of October, just like every season. So if you're interested and want to join us and meet other witches, apprentice magicians, you can join it. So that's it. You will find all the information about my workshops just under this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will have other Halloween videos coming. This I can promise you. I'm super inspired, so there will be other videos and fall videos coming during this season, so be sure not to miss them, and feel free to subscribe if you don't want to miss them. I will see you very soon.